Gunches' execution was delayed several times, in part due to a legal battle over the death penalty and whether lethal injection is inhumane.
So one professor of law who's been studying the death penalty for about 15 years is weighing in on this debate back and forth. Fox 10's Marc Martinez joins us now with more on that.
Yeah, you guys, Professor Karina Lane has done extensive research on the death penalty and lethal injection. She's even written a book on her findings. Back in January, she filed a brief asking the court not to carry out Gunches' execution. According to Lane, Gunches exhibited textbook symptoms of acute pulmonary edema, a condition where fluid rapidly fills the lungs, causing a person to essentially drown in their own fluids. And she says despite what would appear to have been a peaceful death, the process is very painful and contradicts the long-held narrative that lethal injection is a humane and painless method of execution. Lane also pointed to Arizona's handling of the execution process, which has been criticized for procedural irregularities and a lack of transparency in drug sourcing and testing.
One of the most shocking things about lethal injection is that most people think that it's doctors, who are actually doing this, or trained medical professionals. And generally, that's not true. The people who are actually pushing the syringes in another room are non-medical prison guards. I think one of the really interesting things about Arizona is that in 2023, the Department of Corrections Director, Thornell, expressed serious concerns about the qualifications and competency of the compounding pharmacist that was providing Arizona the drugs. Here we are 2 years later, and the state told the court not that it found a new compounder, but rather that it changed its mind, that the very same compounding pharmacy that it had serious concerns about in 2023 was now just fine.
And Lane went on to add that Arizona's 3 recent executions cost taxpayers $1.5 million. And while she has not endorsed any specific method as a more humane option, she does say that other states have turned to other alternatives in light of some recent research about lethal injection. Here in Arizona, that debate has prompted a bill that looks to ask voters to approve the use of firing squads in the future. Reporting live in studio, Marc Martinez, Fox 10 News.